Hello everyone and welcome back to ToucanPlays. And guys, this last weekend was the Summer Game Fest in Los Angeles, and there has been some really exciting coverage coming out about Showdown, and I just cannot wait to break down all of the new footage and share it with you. New trucks, new gameplay mechanics, boss fights, and cross-platform multiplayer confirmed. Let's go! Okay, so this first video comes from Inside the Game on YouTube. They've got lots of great games coverage over there, so go check them out. Right off the bat, we see a new truck confirmed. That's right, it is your World Finals 23 racing champion, Wildside. Also in this race is Blue Velociraptor, Dragon, and on the right lane we've got Stone Crusher, Son of a Digger, Pirate's Curse, and another Gravedigger. As the race kicks off, the first thing I notice is that the graphics are super impressive. They always have been, but I really notice it in this clip. The camera effects, which is something I was actually really concerned about, they actually do add a lot to the feeling of speed and excitement, especially when the boost gets engaged and the truck starts screaming down the track. Now that we've actually gotten more than just a couple of seconds of gameplay footage, it's nice to see that the physics are actually looking a lot better. Now, of course, this is a race, and the race physics have always looked good. More on freestyle a little bit later. For this race, though, you can see that there's a lot going on. Things to smash, pyrotechnics going off, paths to choose. It all looks extremely fun and exciting. I just cannot wait to get my hands on this game, guys. Going back to the beginning of the race, though, you can see the tooltip pop up, instructing the player to hold down the brake and keep the throttle within the green optimal range. This mechanic is almost identical to the start boost mechanic from drag races and Monster Truck Championship, and honestly, I'm here for it. You'll notice that Gravedigger seems to have 3 gears and reaches a max speed of 98 miles per hour during a boosted straightaway. Speaking of that boost meter, it seems to refill slowly on its own, but it does get a big refill when you smash through an obstacle on the track, which honestly makes sense now as to why all these smashable objects would be highlighted so much on the minimap. Speaking of which, we can see that the minimap has now had a major overhaul and is now tightly zoomed in. The icons for smashable objects have been changed from giant X's to little teal dots. I'm not sure if I really like the map being so tightly zoomed in, but the change to the icons is definitely a positive. I think my favorite part of this clip, though, is when Son of a Digger clips one of those giant arrow signs and wipes out. The damage model and animation of the wipeout is particularly impressive. It looks like Son of a Digger got into a fight with a can opener and lost. All right, so that's about all there is really to this clip, but do go back and check out the original clip though. The link is in the description below. All right, the next few clips come courtesy of Easy Allies on YouTube. Again, check out the link in the description below for the full video. They actually had some really interesting commentary and some awesome gameplay footage. First off, we have our first glimpse of a boss fight against Pirate's Curse in the Alaska map that we've seen since the first trailer was released, but this time it's been modified a little bit. Some of the path options have been limited by way of the giant arrow signs, and others seem to have opened up, like these little shortcut paths through the glacier. In the commentary, the guys state that the boss fights were won through a combination of both winning the race, fastest time, and collecting points, which you can see the point total on the top left corner. It seems that you can earn points through performing tricks like drifting, jumps, overtaking your opponent, and extra points are gained from smashing into the treasure chests that are dotting the map. In the commentary, they also mentioned that Ice Cream Man was another boss, and one that is apparently universally hated by both the devs and the players because apparently he's very challenging. All I know is I can't wait to challenge Ice Cream Man myself. In this footage, you get a really nice look at Kraken, and again, I am just blown away by the graphics and the animation. It's all so good. The second clip from Easy Allies is an extended clip of the same Death Valley race that was on Inside the Game. I've actually since learned that all of these clips are provided to them by the devs at the show, which, hello, Milestone, I mean, I know I wasn't at the show, but I'd like access to them too, please. There's not a whole lot of extra to see, but I was able to catch a glimpse of some of the extra details on the track, like these salt flat areas that just kind of add a neat little level of detail to the course. I'm actually curious to see if we can get to drive on some of these salt flats at all, maybe for some drag racing or rhythm races like in Steel Titans 1. Some huge news that was confirmed at the show, though, was that Showdown will be cross-play compatible on all platforms except for the Switch, which is unfortunate but understandable given Nintendo's track record of not really supporting crossplay. Still, I am super stoked to hear this because it means that I get to play with all of my friends, even if they're on different consoles. Because I'm a PC player. What can I say? Hashtag PC Master Race, baby. They also mentioned that there will be a world map to pick your stage. We didn't get any details on that, but I imagine that the map will be two-dimensional and it looks similar to Hot Wheels Unleashed. I'm guessing it will not be an open world that we can drive around in like Steel Titans. That's a bummer, but it's also kind of expected. They also mentioned during their playthrough that you do have control over your truck mid-air, either via throttle control like Steel Titans or by using the right thumbstick like in Hot Wheels Unleashed. The reporters weren't quite clear on exactly how that works, but the fact that there are mid-air driver assists available in the game might explain some of the wonky physics that we've been seeing, and I imagine that much like Steel Titans, you will have the option to be able to turn it off for a more realistic experience. Okay, last clip from the show is El Toro Loco in Colorado, possibly the same extreme freestyle map that we just saw Colt Stevens and his pit chief play in the latest Drivers vs. Fan video that was released last week. The extreme freestyle maps appear to be about as close to an open world as we're likely going to get, which is fine. Extreme freestyle seems to be a combination of time destruction and freestyle, gaining points with just about every maneuver you can think of. Kind of like the way that Monster Truck Championship handles time destruction, except that instead of being in an arena, we're out in the open world. I've said it before, but it's worth mentioning again. I really like the verticality in the level design that we've seen so far in this game. El Toro Loco climbs up multiple levels of cliffs, ramping off of one and doing an extreme forward momentum front flip down to the bottom level again. Overall, it's a really cool freestyle run, but the first thing I noticed is, of course, the floaty physics, as I'm sure most of you probably noticed as well. El Toro absolutely soars over these obstacles, missing them completely. The donuts seem to be executed too easily as well, which makes me wonder if there are some driver assists at play here. Another thing I noticed is just how forgiving the combo meter seems to be. I've done a lot of freestyle runs in Steel Titans, and this El Toro Loco player has a ton of time in between his tricks, and yet the combo meter seems to keep on running. Not that I mind that so much. Steel Titans can actually be very annoying with their combo meter just dropping out of nowhere and failing to pick up tricks that I'm clearly in the middle of. At the end of the run, it's actually kind of exciting to see El Toro Loco smashing through the drones. I was actually a little concerned from some of the other footage that they might be indestructible, ripping the top right off of Gravedigger in that one clip we saw. This forward momentum front flip is a little wild though. It's so exciting to see some of these longer clips for Showdown, and you know what? Even though they're obviously from an earlier build, I am going to still do breakdowns of the Drivers vs. Fans videos that we've had in the last few weeks. I know I've been slacking a little bit on those. It's still fun to look at the footage and kind of dissect it, see what kind of tricks might be up their sleeves. Guys, we're a little over 2 months away, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. In the meantime, don't forget to smash that like button. Check out the video that you see on your screen right now, and hey, we'll see you guys on the flip side. Later, everybody.